Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? And what's up, Sussex Squad? Y'all, what is going on in that palace? And I'm being for real. Camilla's gotten in and lost her GD mind. Do you know that she hasn't lost her mind. She's showing her fealty, right? Her fealty, whatever you want to call it, to her true love. And it starts with an R, right? You guys, Camilla posed for her queen portraits next to Blackamoor statues. I assume she did this as a FU to Meghan, Harry, or anybody that's not white. I don't understand what Camilla's problem is, but I like it. Do you know why? Because Camilla's so loony and she's been like Littlefinger moving things in the background that she doesn't realize the blowback she's about to get. One, Kate already said her ancestors freed all the slaves, right? Kate's great grandmother, right, was deeper in the abolitionist movement than, she's the white Harriet Tubman for all you know. So Kate already set up the thing about like, I'm from the people that freed Meghan's ancestors. They really wrote an unhinged article about how Kate basically her great grandmother basically freed Meghan's great grandfather that could go move to California to Rhea, now lives in the log cabin, some mess, right? But one, you're going to war with Will and Kate. The easiest thing to hit you, the thing that can bring the whole monarchy down, the thing that everybody is obsessed about is racism. And you are doubling down because you want all your little 70-year-old cronies to know that I'm bringing racism back. Literally, she's bringing sexy back for the people that literally feel like the only place for a person of color is not even being their foot servant. Shoo. Let's get off the palace grounds. And before you say, oh my God, she's ruining the queen's legacy, the queen changed legislation so they could keep that place as Lily White, right, as the top of William's head over here. Where are you at, William? There we go. Oh, the head's blinding me. They want to keep everything as Lily White as William's head, the top of it. So it's like, Camilla, you are playing a dangerous game, but I like it because you are going to lose. See, here's the thing. Camilla thinks everything's fine as long as she runs the Daily Mail. Camilla is very smart. She's very cunning. She's very manipulative. Those things aren't necessarily bad things if you use your powers for good. As we know, Camilla only serves our Lord Lucifer. I'm joking, right? Not my Lord, hers, right? But we all know that when it comes to Camilla, she's playing a game that worked. But you're playing a game that worked in the 80s when the only thing popping was the tabloids, where like, little Tisa wasn't here to talk shit on YouTube, right? That's the only time that it actually worked. You are now in 2023 and you think you won because you make friends with all the Rhoda, you get all this great press, you've done all this stuff out of this and the third. But Camilla, it's not gonna work. That's your fatal flaw because you never modernized. It's not going to work. Do you know how you know it's not going to work? Did y'all see the turnout for Charles's coronation? Did y'all see it? I know it was raining. I know this, but the people that were actually on the ground said it was a very small turnout considering what it should have been a very momentous occasion. It's not going to work because as we saw, you tried to smear Harry and Meghan in these newspapers that you think are going to make you famous, right? And basically propagate the Lily White reign because, y'all, that's all I think of the monarchy. Their sole goal, why the monarchists want them, why everybody's fighting for them, and why fighting to keep them with the royalists, and why everybody's fighting for that power is because their whole goal and why the UK government pays them so much. They are the crown jewel and the testament of white on top. That's their whole goal. That is their whole goal. They are an idolized, fictionalized. They are nothing more than reality TV characters. They're idolized and fictionalized. And their whole purpose is to propagate nuclear family whiteness. That's it. That's it. That's why all those people that faces look like curdled milk hate Meghan, because in their world, they were promised, just by the color of their skin, more than anything that the beautiful Meghan Markle can get, more than anything that you can get. They accept that the king and queen will have billions and this and that, but the people that aren't in the royal family, they are promised we will still reign above everyone. Okay? Camilla, one of the reasons she's so popular with the royal rota, so popular with all these royalists, is because she's like, yeah, let's get this mess popping. Shoo, 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 fly, shoo. She's literally like, let's get this popping. Let's go back to 1930. They had rights in 1930? Yes, Camilla, I'm afraid they do. Yeah, well, let's bring it back to 1860. Let's get this mess popping. That is the heart that Camilla has. Her posing with the Blackamoor statue, I will say, really lets me know that you were the one that talked about Harry's kids, and it wasn't just ginger afros. And Charles knew about it. That's why he tried to smooth it over, because he wasn't stepping if it was William or Kate. He'd just chuckle to himself and keep eating his curds away. Now, so that's what's going on with Camilla. She is going to lose this war, because even though she is savvy at the whole royal rotunda and this and that, the tabloids don't mean as much as they can. I know they think, oh, all that matters is royal books and what the papers write. They haven't wised up to the fact that since 2008, look at their Instagram game, pathetic. Their TikTok game, pathetic. Their YouTube game, pathetic. Their blogging game, pathetic. They haven't wised up to the different ways that everybody is not only getting their media from, but consuming it with a voracious appetite. So she's going to lose in the long run. But in the short run, she might have William by the short and Harry's. If you guys don't know, Charles was mad that William and Kate arrived after him. Camilla said no crowns, and I'm glad Kate showed up. At first I said it was rude. No, good for you. Camilla said there's no crowns. Kate showed up in a crown that was literally looked like it was based off of Rose Hannabury's family tiara. Go watch my video on that. Also, you guys, if you're into reality TV, my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta is already up. Looks like it's going to be a great season. I'm also going to be reviewing Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I know you guys might only come from Royal, but I'm just offering you stuff. And if you can hit that like button, if you've been coming to me a while, I'd really appreciate a subscription. I am trying to grow, but fine, I'll get back to creating value for you guys. But if you feel like it one day, celebrate that Connor Nation. Anyway, Kate completely disrespected them with the dress code. William, Kate, the kids are photogenic. They look like the king and queen. On top of that, the king and queen were sitting in the carriage complaining to each other because Will and Kate arrived after them, which I hear is the height of rudeness. Good. Couldn't happen to worser people. This is literally a game where you ever look at two people or two groups of people you can't stand and they're going to war with each other and you're like, I don't know who to root for because I don't like you and I don't like you either. Who am I supposed to root for? Anyway, right? So that's going on. And I knew there would be fallout. What is the fallout? There have been a lot of articles written about William's fiery temper. How he can't control himself. He's a loose cannon. Those little whispers, trickle, trickle, trickle. They are now set to expose William for having a fiery, abusive temper. I find that rich considering Charles, even though his voice actually does sound like warm caramel, he actually sounds like a really loving person when he speaks, but we know his actions are a little bit different, right? But he does, like his baritone, older, like, I just like to say, it sounds soothing, but he is the devil incarnate for what he did. Now, excuse me. I say all this to say, Charles already has a famous temper problem. William is said to be even worse. There's all these articles dropping about William's temper, and if he doesn't get it in line, his temper threatens to destroy the monarchy. I have a feeling they even brought up in the article, and this was in one of the Daily Fails or whatever, about William putting his hands on Harry. You know it's bad if you're using Harry as the fodder, you know? Again, does it distract from Camilla and her blackamoor? If you guys don't know what blackamoor is, most people that study modern art look at it as definitely racial symbolism of having Black people in positions of servitude. That's what it symbolizes. Also dehumanizing, depicting a Black body as you would maybe a leopard table or like the dog or the monkey tables. You know, when you go into people's that love like animals, they always have like animals like holding drinks or something. Blackamoor, it was made by, of course, really rich, noble families. And it shows people of very dark skins, Moors, in positions of servitude, holding a footstool, holding light lanterns. It is very expensive and very, very racist. When you walk into somebody's old money house and they have that, just turn around. Just turn around. Just turn around before they call the police on you. So Camilla and her blackamoor, however, another thing they're trying to do to paint William as the bad guy and treat Charles as the best thing since sliced pizza. They're now trying to say that Charles loves both his boys and he's ready to forgive Harry, even though he did that ignorant toast. If you guys don't know, everybody's like, it was such a heartwarming toast, but I guess they wanted to get that dig in at Harry, that at the king's ceremony, which Harry wasn't even invited to, none of the kids were invited to, Meghan wasn't invited to, even before they went. Charles did a toast where he's like, he did a special toast to his grandchildren, and he said, and also, I want to give a toast to little Archie, wherever he may be. He's in California. You've been known that. And he's with Lilibet. You guys ain't ish. That's why it's going to be funny that little curdle-faced heifer on your side is going to bring this all down. But listen to the newest angle they're coming from. I'm telling y'all, they're about to start painting William as unfit to leave. Because if you guys don't know, I was on TikTok, and everything that has Charles, there's a bunch of egg accounts that maybe have 0 or 2 followers that are for real, trying to push the narrative that Charles is too old and he should leave the throne. This, to me, looks like it has Jason Nuff's oddly dainty hands all over it. I'm telling you. And also, let's not forget the YouGov polls that William and his people were posing about how Charles should have done this, should have done that, and needs to give William the throne. Anyway, let's get into this. This is Camilla Tomney. So you know it came straight from the top. She literally says that Prince William must forgive Harry to truly being the king's liegeman. Now Charles is trying to say that he don't got a problem with Harry. It's all William, and we all know William's angry self is never, ever, 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 never, ever, 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 ever going to forgive Harry at all, right? They even said that while the king may be willing to forgive, with palace insiders confirming there had been genuine cooperation with the Sussex in the lead up to the coronation, there remains little hope of reconciliation with Prince William, who is absolutely horrified by what Prince Harry wrote about him and his wife, Kate, in his bombshell autobiography. The Duke is expecting an apology, but the Prince wants one first. But if Prince William is to fulfill his role as his father's liegeman of life and limb, he may be required to rise above for the sake of the crown. William needs to learn to be less wrathful. They're saying this sort of personal sacrifice required of someone whose coat of arms carries the motto, I serve. They're saying William now needs to be a bigger man, and William must forgive. We all know William is never, ever, 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 ever going to be forgive. So what is this? Well, right now, it might seem minor to you, but we're going to keep an eye on this, because I guarantee you, this is the beginning of their smear campaign against William. And you know what? You love to see it. But all William and Kate have to do is just say that Kate just has to stand up there and say, my ancestors freed the slaves and Camilla's a racist. Y'all, listen, let me know what you think in the comments. This is a whole mess. I am so disappointed by Camilla's. I knew she wasn't ish. I knew she was a honey bunches of oats like apple loving heifer. I knew all that, but I just didn't know she wasn't that disrespectful and 8-ish. I'm telling y'all, like I told you once before, and this goes for anyone, racism is no longer profitable. Racism is no longer in. Y'all listen, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.